Ho, ho, ho. Alright guys, so you already know it's almost that time of the year again when the fat man breaks into your house. Hopefully leave some good things underneath your Christmas tree and doesn't just steal your milk and cookies. No, but seriously guys, it's not Christmas yet when I'm filming this video, but I do hope you guys all have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever you guys celebrate wherever you're from. But today I'm going to be doing a little video to hopefully give you guys some ideas so you guys can go give awesome gifts to the car enthusiasts in your life, and who knows, maybe go out and treat yourself as well. Now this list that I kind of put together, this is all 100% personal preference, so there's definitely gonna be some stuff that people disagree with in there. And also, if I missed anything that you guys think is like an awesome gift for a car enthusiast, definitely be sure to let me know down in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you guys, and for the most part I try to respond to every comment in any one of my videos. And also definitely go down there and let me know which gift you guys think is the best out of my list, which gift you guys would, love to have. So now you guys already know, before I start today's video, definitely be sure to subscribe. Definitely give me a like down below. Obviously, I'm a smaller channel. If you're new to my channel, be sure to subscribe because I do car reviews, DIY videos, car show vlogs, videos like this where I kind of make lists, and also like I try to focus on some automotive news as well. So if you were to just go down there and take a quick second to give me a like, it definitely helps me out a ton in like the YouTube algorithm. And also another quick disclaimer before diving into today's list, this is not like a sponsored video at all. I do have some of these products, but for the most part, like there's no company giving me any money to like kind of like throw their product on you guys. So now definitely keep in mind that these are all gifts that you can get under $100, and for the most part, most of them are really cheap. So I definitely tried to stray away from any like parts or tools or mods or anything like that, because for the most part, unless you have like, a husband or wife who's willing to spend a lot of money on you, you're really, I hate to burst your bubble, but someone is probably not going to give you that wide body kit or that supercharger kit or those new set of wheels. Like that's just not, you're going to have to probably get that yourself. Also, definitely do keep in mind that like kind of like the bottom half of this list, a couple of stuff in there aren't really like super exciting gifts, but they're just things that I feel like most people should definitely have. So now starting off with number 10, and speaking of something that I think everybody should have, whether they have a Lambo or a Honda Civic, like it doesn't matter. Number 10, definitely a dash cam. Now yes, dash cams can sometimes run you over $100, sometimes even multiple hundreds of dollars, but I've seen dash cams on Amazon, eBay for less than $50. And honestly, if you're not driving like an idiot and you're doing what you're supposed to on the road and somebody hits you, it is going to save you a bunch of money when it comes to legal crap down the road, or even dealing with cops. Like if a cop pulls you over and you're not really doing anything. I know the dash cam in my car, it films in the front, plus I can actually like flip it back, so if I'm talking to an officer or whatever, you're pretty much covered like on all aspects. Some of the dash cams also take pictures upon impact as well, which is pretty cool. So definitely like a wide variety of dash cams out there that you can get, and there's definitely a ton of them that are under $100 that you can pick up today. So now number 9 is something else that's not really like a gift, and it's something that I had no idea about, but I did think when I first saw one of these that there's like a really good idea, and it's basically a tile mat key tracker. Now this, I believe, is like one of the only products that's like super brand focused. So I believe the company like Tile or whatever that makes these is the only company out there that actually makes something like a keychain like that, that's like a little GPS device that attaches to your keys. Now again, I don't have these on my car keys. It would be smart if I were to have something like that. But if you do have like an older car, an older vehicle where you can't really just go on eBay and buy a new set of keys and go to the dealership and get a chip put in them or anything like that, it's definitely smart to at least have something on there where you can actually be able to pull up like on an app on your phone and know where they are, even if you're not really like a clumsy person. So now moving on to number 8, floor mats. This is something that oftentimes does get overlooked. Now I'm not talking about like, again, not like a couple $100 like WeatherTech super top of the line floor mats, but you can literally get OEM replacements or custom floor mats to like the owner's vehicle. For example, for my Mustang, I could technically go out and buy like floor mats that say Mustang on them or something. Super self-explanatory, pretty easy, and I'm sure it's something that the car enthusiast, the car person that you're getting the gift for is probably not going to think about it, and it'll definitely be a pleasant surprise for them for sure. So now number 7 is another thing that I feel like oftentimes gets overlooked, and it's definitely something that I personally like, and I know some people out there might not really like it as much, but literally car books or automotive books. I don't know if you guys can see this, but this is my dad's book. It basically says like cars of the 70s, and it's pretty much just like domestic American cars, but it literally goes through the entire decade, every single year, and it shows you all like the major manufacturers and all the different models that manufacturer made for that year. Now again, like I'm super into history as well, so I find it really cool that this book specifically does like include like different screenshots of commercials and like advertisements that they actually ran back in the day when these cars were like just coming out on the market as well. So I find that stuff really cool and really interesting. Again, maybe someone's not into like older cars, maybe someone's into newer cars, but if you were to get someone like a book specifically about their car model and the history of their car model, I'm sure they would definitely appreciate it, even if they're not like super into that stuff. So now number 6 is posters slash signs slash like memorabilia, like stuff that you can kind of hang up. I mean, obviously you guys can see behind me the 2 posters that I have up on the wall right now, but I kind of plan to like fill this whole corner of the room with posters so that whenever I'm making videos, it kind of gives you guys like a little bit cooler backdrop. And one thing I find pretty cool, like right now I do have obviously my own YouTube channel, but one channel that actually inspired me to make a YouTube channel was Mighty Car Mods, and I literally just picked up one of their posters and they literally signed it. So who knows, like if I get bigger in the future, I'll definitely be sure to do something like this, but this is probably going to be the next one up on my wall, like in the corner over here or something. But yeah, if you get like a car enthusiast, something like that from like a YouTube channel that they watch or a TV show that they watch, like that would be definitely really cool. Even something like this, like we have this hanging up in our garage, me and my dad, and plus we got a bunch of other signs as well there. Again, it's just something cool that you can put either, you know, in your basement or your garage. So now number 5 is something that I actually got, I'm pretty sure the first Christmas that I had my first car, and it's basically just car cleaning products, and you can get those in a bundle. And honestly, from what I've seen, whether you can go to Pep Boys, AutoZone, O'Reilly's, like whatever's near you guys, you can get car cleaning products in like a bundle from like $20 to $25, even up to like $50 with more stuff in them. But for the most part, they're pretty much all the same. They all come with like 5 to 10 microfiber towels in them, one of the like sponges or something, and probably just some like car soap and maybe like a little trial size bottle of like car wax. And some of the more expensive bundles even come with like clay bar kits as well, which is ultimately something that's fantastic for like a teenage enthusiast, because number 1, you're getting them to actually do something with their car. If they're not really into cars, they don't know how mechanics work or anything, at least you're getting them to like actually clean their vehicle and learn how to properly clean their vehicle, which it's actually surprising the amount of people that don't know how to properly clean a car. And it can also be a pretty cool like family experience as well, especially if you're doing something like that for the first time, if you're like a father or son or something like that. So now moving on to number 4, this gift is definitely really popular, and it's kind of like a go-to gift, honestly, and it's pretty much just merchandise. Now yes, that kind of does have to do with like posters and memorabilia and signs like I was talking about before, but now I'm actually talking about like wearable like shirts, hats, hoodies, you know, things of that nature. And honestly, if you're getting it for either, you know, girlfriend, boyfriend, your son, daughter, your cousin, whatever, I'm sure they'll definitely appreciate it a lot more if you actually bought merchandise from a creator that they like, or again, like a TV show that they like, because it's kind of like the same aspect that I talked about with the posters before. Not only are you giving them a gift that they're definitely going to wear and appreciate and kind of show off, but they're also actually understanding and realizing that like you know who they like and who they watch, which is a pretty cool feeling. And it's actually kind of funny because last Christmas, my parents actually picked me up like 2 shirts from Stylin'. And I mean, I watch their like Snapchat stories all the time. They're freaking hilarious. And I had no idea that my parents had any clue who Style & Co was. And they kind of just surprised me to their shirts. Again, it's something small, but I actually really appreciated it because I had no idea that they knew who that company was, which is pretty cool. Also, I hate to kind of like self-promote, but again, if you want to support the channel monetarily, I am also going to leave a link in the description to my merchandise as well. So definitely go check that out, because again, I do think it's a pretty good gift idea, and I know my platform's like really not big at all, but it would definitely help me out a lot in growing my channel and I would definitely appreciate it a lot from you guys. So now moving on to number 3, probably one of my most favorite gifts are like actual like buildable car models, like die cast models. You guys could probably tell, but this model isn't like anything super special. It's not like an American like mint model. It's not like a super collector's item. But these models you can actually like they come completely like taken apart, and you basically with like little tiny tools you just put them all together, and they're just display models. Like they don't really move, they don't do anything. And I'd also even say like something like this where it's like it's not really a Hot Wheels car, like Matchbox car size, but it's kind of like medium size. It's right between a Hot Wheels car and, you know, something like this. And you know, you can get them in all different sorts of measurements. And something else that would definitely fall into this category, but for the most part they are over $100 depending upon the car. But like the Lego Technic sets, something like that where you can actually build, and I know those are like a lot bigger. Like that's got to be really sick. Now I've never had a like Lego Technic model, but I've heard amazing things about them. And you know, growing up I had countless Lego sets, and I do know that they like completely like function, steer, and I'm pretty sure drive as well, which is pretty insane. But I didn't really kind of include those on this list because we're trying to look at stuff under $100, and I know for the most part they can be over $100. So now the number 2 gift, which is actually not really much of a gift at all, but it's definitely appreciated a lot, is literally gift cards. So many times people who don't really know about cars, like they have a car enthusiast that they're gonna get a gift for, and they wind up getting pretty much like something like cheap or tacky, or something that the person doesn't really have a use for. And obviously, you know, you don't want to be like rude and just like tell the person that their gift sucks. And for the most part, you still want to like appreciate it. But sometimes it's better to just like know that you might not know exactly what they want, and just give them a gift card. And that gift card could be literally anything from like a Amazon or eBay gift card, because there's a bunch of different, you know, used parts or OEM replacements or even aftermarket parts on eBay and Amazon. Or it could be something more specific, like a gift card for a certain platform that makes, you know, modifications for their car. And honestly, again, kind of going back to what I said at the beginning of this video, no one's gonna go out and buy you a wide body kit or a new set of wheels or a turbo. Like it's just not gonna happen, because those stuff, like it costs thousands and thousands of dollars to buy some of these car mods that we put on our cars. And to some regular people, like they don't really understand that or even comprehend the prices of some of these things. So if you were to just kind of, you know, throw someone like a gift card, it would honestly definitely help them out. And I'm pretty sure for the most part, like me personally, I definitely appreciate that, because number one, if I was getting something expensive, it can at least, you know, dwindle down the price a little bit. Or number two, if something fails on the car and you just need to buy like a $50 or $100 part for maintenance, then that, you know, like $25 or $50 gift card is definitely going to be a lot of value for you, because you're going to be able to use that and, you know, not have to dig in your own pocket just to fix your car. All right, so before I actually get into number one, I do have a couple honorable mentions that I think are definitely good, like little cheap gifts that most car enthusiasts would kind of appreciate. So the first honorable mention is air fresheners. Again, super simple, but no one likes the inside of their car smell like booty. So if you want to pick them up some of the like little trees or something like that, I'm sure they'll definitely like that. Also, tire pressure gauges. They could just be like the regular traditional tire pressure gauges, or they could be like the new electrical ones, although I don't really know how the electrical ones work. So also phone accessories for the car, such as car chargers or like magnetic mounts that kind of hold the car in place on your different like AC vents. You can also get a Bluetooth aux adapter. I have a regular aux in my car, but my one friend does have a Bluetooth aux adapter and he loves it. Also a handheld vacuum that's like portable that they can carry around and just kind of clean up their car whenever they want or whenever it gets too dirty. And probably the like last like little cheap gift that you should definitely consider getting a car enthusiast is literally like keychains. Now I do have the little like remove before flight thing and like a bottle opener, but besides that, I don't really have that much crap on my keys. But I did used to have like something that said like Ford on it or whatever, because these are the keys to the Mustang. But yeah, some people are really into keychains. So now I also did want to include two honorable mentions that are probably going to cost you over $100, but I felt like they were just too good of gifts to not give them some attention, because I feel like people don't really think about them a lot. Now, number one is giving them like a voucher for like an hour track time at your local racetrack. Now, I'm not talking about like those supercar rentals where you take the supercar around the freaking track for like a couple of laps and it costs you like $300. I'm not talking about that. I'm literally just talking about buying them track time so they can take their own car out onto a track and just, you know, have fun with their car. Whether it's on a drag strip, straight line, or it's on like a road course, there's just no better feeling than just pushing it to that limit and not having to worry about like getting into trouble. So another thing that would probably be over $100, but I'm sure a lot of car enthusiasts would really like, is if you were to actually get them a voucher or just buy them like a detailing service at like a local detailing shop or something like that. Now, for people watching today's video who don't really know what detailing is, it's pretty much just like an in-depth clean of both like the exterior and the interior of the car. Normally it doesn't cost a whole lot. It does depend upon like the job and the actual car that you have, but it's definitely going to be more times than not over $100. But when the job's done, their car literally comes back to them looking, smelling, and feeling like it literally just came off the showroom of a dealership. All right, guys, so finally, the number one best Christmas gift to get a car enthusiast, in my opinion, and I know I'm definitely going to get some negative feedback for this because it definitely could be over $100 for sure, although prices do vary. And this is also very similar to number 3, which is like, you know, the buildable like car models. But number 1 on my list has to be custom car model. Now again, this isn't a sponsorship. I don't know the guy whose company this is or website this is or whatever, but I have literally been eyeing this website for so long now, and as you guys can see, it's literally just custom diecast replicas, and they literally make your car into a custom diecast model. You pick the scale, you pick like literally everything, and obviously they do like regular vehicles as well, but you can have everything from like, I'm pretty sure like your own license plate down to like all the different drivetrain details as well, and like the interior. And it's just really ridiculous because even if that specific website or company doesn't really do it, I'm sure there's a bunch of different other companies or guys out there that can do it. And I've heard some people, you know, paid like hundreds of dollars, even close to like $1,000 for like a model super in-depth and super detailed to their car. And I've heard also people pick up more simpler custom models of their car for like $50. So I really don't know what to think about this market too much, but I definitely do know you can probably get a model of your specific car for under $100, but I definitely don't entirely know for sure, and it definitely does vary. And I'm sure the makers would probably tell you as well, like the prices completely like vary depending upon which car you want to make and how custom your car actually is in real life and what you want to replicate. Now, I honestly just think this is the best overall gift because I just think it's so badass that you can literally get a scaled down version of your real life car down to like the last detail. And I honestly even think that it's really cool for car enthusiasts out there that don't even have their own car yet, whether they're too young or they can't necessarily afford a car right now, or they have a car but it's just like a commuter car and they want to like kind of like work towards their dream car. You can literally make kind of like whatever you want. You can make your current car that you have, or you can make your dream car. So I think it really does appeal to a very, huge market in the car scene. But I definitely have no doubt that you can find someone who would like build your car in a scale model. And I just think that like idea and that concept, and also even like that craftsmanship and that skill, I just think is like so cool in my opinion. Alright, so guys, that's pretty much just going to wrap up today's video. Again, I tried to cover a bunch of different car gifts and a bunch of different categories, like really. But for the most part, I did try to generally like keep it under $100. And honestly, like again, even on a budget, you can still get a bunch of really awesome stuff that car enthusiasts in your life would for sure appreciate like 100%. If you're even into cars a little bit, the automotive hobby is a very, very expensive hobby. So I could definitely understand if you're someone who might not know much about it and you're trying to look for a gift for someone and you're kind of stressing out. But definitely just keep in mind that there's so many different options out there, are honestly really not that expensive, and honestly could be cheaper than getting someone like clothes that they might not even want or wear, which I find kind of funny as well. But anyways, guys, again, definitely be sure to subscribe down below if you haven't already. And if you are subscribed, definitely make sure that you click that bell right next to the subscribe button so you guys get notified every single time I post a video. Like always, thank you guys for all the support, and I'll see you guys in the next one.